This is it, everybody. It is the final day of the trial of Miles Edgeworth. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are about to enter the courtroom here, or rather the lobby, for the defendants. And there has been a lot that has been revealed in yesterday's episode, as we've discovered quite a few things that are bringing the pieces of the puzzle together here. So for one thing, Yanni Yogi, the name of the bailiff who was present in the elevator where Gregory Edgeworth, Miles's father, died. Yanni Yogi is the old man that we have been investigating at the boat shop caretaker shack. And it would appear that he has indeed murdered Robert Hammond and assumed his disguise as he talked to Miles on the boat that fateful night. But he was not alone in this plan. He was acting under orders, we discovered, as we found a letter in his shack's safe that we later found out was from Manfred von Karma. Now, why von Karma wants to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth, we don't necessarily know, unless it's tied to his father, who showed him up in court that one time. But, yeah. This is going to be a very interesting day in court. It's, there's a lot that's probably going to be happening today, both related to this case and to the DL6 case. So, let's go ahead and get started. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. Oh yeah, Maya got zapped by Von Karma's taser thing yesterday. So maybe she's still got some electricity in her. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! Whoa, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal! I think she just did. What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe! Morning, Mr. Edgeworth? Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. I wonder where they found, Yogi. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. I'm curious, though. I mean, it's been kind of vague considering that he said he had, or we know that he had brain damage from the elevator thing, so anything's possible, I suppose. Von Karma looks really pixelated there. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness! Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Well, we know that he has a motive. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Alright. I'm curious if we can just jump right to that. Let me see here what we have in the record. We have a lot of things here. So this was the bullet that was found in Hammond's body. I don't know. Let's see here. This does feel like a bit of a stretch to present this early, and I feel like we've made that mistake too many times now. I'm curious, though, if we were going to connect that case file to Polly. So I'm going to go ahead and just press everything for now, and we'll see what happens. I'd call what you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave? Okay, this is not really getting us anywhere. He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Okay. Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. You were pretty quick to interrupt him there. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Well, no one except the judge, who's really naive. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Yeah, no kidding. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. Okay, I think this is the end here. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do! Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a really good argument there, Phoenix. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Uh-oh. Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Uh-huh. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho ho, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Okay, well this is thankfully a simple question. Wonder what would happen if you said it was Robert Hammond. Or Gregory Edgeworth. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Uh-oh. Why is that an issue? Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Yeah, he says with a smile on his face. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? 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 No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Oh, yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. I guess this would also explain why the gun would have been completely on Edgeworth without any other prints on them. If you know, presuming he was the one who shot it, which I think we've pretty much become pretty sure of at this point. No! Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who could testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, huh? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Oh my gosh. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Well, this took quite a turn. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Of course we're going to go through with it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Who would have thought we would have ended up here? Of course, we're consulting, like, spirits and stuff, so I guess anything's possible in this world. Bailiff, bring in the parrot! Alright. I like how the perch is right there. That's really cute. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us. Who is your owner? Alright. I think we know what it is to say to get the parrot to mention DL6. And I think that's what we need to connect Yogi to the incident. Hello! Hello! Squawk! Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. No kidding. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Alright, well, here we are. Let's try pressing on that. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Have we forgotten something? Was, I believe, the phrase. As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly! Polly! Have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6! Squawk! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly? Have we forgotten something? Hello? Hello? Squawk! That's not what you're supposed to say. forgot. Something we forgot. Hello? Hello? Squawk. Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we've forgotten anything? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me! Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try what's your name. Maybe I should get her to say her name. I don't know if connecting Polly to Yogi's fiance's name is enough in this case, but let's see if it gets anywhere. Polly, what's your name? Polly! Squawk! Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Yes, actually it does. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, do you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. I feel like this is a bit of a stretch, I'm gonna be honest. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the DL6 file? Yes. The DL6 case? The DL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name? I believe victim data. There's only 3 pages. It's not that long. I read it in like 10 seconds. It's on the victim data page. Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't see anything here that relates to the name Polly. At least not on this page. A bluff, as I expected. Oh. Let me look at that again. I thought it was... oh, suspect, because Yogi's a suspect. Right. Okay, that makes way more sense. Whoops, I did not mean to... whoops. I did not mean to hit the E button there. That was my bad. I meant to hit the tab button. Then hit this enter key. Okay. Yeah, it's 3. Okay. So let's go back to the first statement. Press. Go through all this. Okay. This is going to take a little while, I think. Okay. So we're on the right track. We just need to pick the right page then. There we go. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? Another victory for logic. She's only she's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad that that was not enough. That wouldn't have made sense. Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Okay, I think we need to get Polly to say the safe number and then tie that to the DL6 thing. But before I do that, I'm just going to check to see when... Okay, it's the first page. Case summary. I just want to make sure we have the right page this time. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228! 1228! My, what a reckless parrot! Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. It does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where is this file with something relating to that safe number? The summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident? December 28? Why, that's today's date! 15 years ago! And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. Are you sure you want to say that in public, Von Karma? This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop! Immediately! Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Whoa. I've accomplished what I've wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really. But he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment! Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yay! Woo! We did it! That is all. This court is adjourned. Whoa! Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Ooh. Alright. Well, I suppose it couldn't have been that easy, right? But we're going to have to pick this up next time as we finish off the case from 15 years ago. I was about to say 20 years ago. I don't know why I thought it was 20 years ago. So I will see you then, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.